Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we're in Act 7, Book 2, Chapter 1.2, and we're going to the Rhino boss. So the first path, and we're going to the Vivified lane. This is quite an interesting path. I reset this, I think, twice just because I was trying to learn how this node works. So it's got Vivified, Power Suppression, Power Alternator, and Unblockable. Power Suppression, so this is the one that you really need to learn, is that if you throw a special, you will power lock the opponent, and then when that power lock is expiring, it will consume any buff, so a stun and any debuff, your stun, or in this case torch is incinerates, and it will just refresh, and so you can power lock them literally for the whole entire fight. Now, so you can see that like that one just got refreshed with, I believe, the stun consumed it, and there a incinerate consumed it, and it just keeps refreshing. So my tactic here with torch is to do just parry medium, light, mediums, and then whenever you get to a bar of power, throw it, because the power alternator, if they have more power than you, which you will, because you've locked them down under a bar of power, they'll switch, and all of a sudden they'll have a bar of power, and it just makes the whole fight significantly easier. So just be super aggressive, at least with torch. Just do medium, light, medium, hit your special 1 bar and throw it, because you do not want power alternator to give them a 1 bar power. Like, as far as like Jane Foster goes, not that big of a deal. Her special isn't anything too crazy to dex or anything like that, but everybody's special is fully unblockable. It's not like a unblockable special 1 where you can get out of the first part and then block the end part. Everything is unblockable. So again, get to a green bar, throw it as fast as you can, just to make sure you never turn over on the power alternator and give them a bar of power. And you can see she threw a couple special at the beginning of the fight, but once I got her locked down, she's locked down for the whole fight, which makes it nice. And then Human Torch, he just nukes mystics in general. So I use Human Torch against all the mystics on this path. And then I use Void for the other half of the non-mystics. And I'll show you kind of my reasoning for that. So next up we have Heimdall, and so also I do have Thing Synergy for Torch to help temperature maintain, and then I have the Killmonger Synergy for Void to just get the healing for the chip damage on the blocks. So Heimdall can be kind of annoying, especially with Vivified. You do not want to push him to an L2, because most likely he'll have an armor up, and then you will not be able to block that crap, because he'll have True Strike and it will wreck you. So that was one of the restarts when I was just kind of messing around trying to figure this out. I pushed him to 2 bar with the Vivified, and yeah, it got wrecked. So you can go in. If you do get auto blocked, you won't get stunned on this, so it's pretty safe to go in. Just be aware that you could be auto blocked. And there, I didn't get the time off, but he got to almost 2 bars. I did get the suppression off, and now the suppression power lock, it's going to keep consuming all of either the stun or the intimidating presence debuff. So you got to be aggressive and just keep those things getting applied. And so max sig Void is very helpful here. If you're not max sig, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But you're just going to see, I'm just going to parry, do full combos, and then get to a green bar, throw it. So you can get a debuff that the suppression power lock can consume. Plus, at some point you're going to be able to get enough to where you're going to trigger Fear of the Void, and then you're going to get more of those intimidating presence debuffs come faster and faster, and you're going to get more damage. But again, the key is get to a green bar, throw that, because you do not want to let them get to a green bar. It just makes the fight easier to manage. And if you have to stall, because if you have less power than they do, then nothing happens. But just make sure that if you happen to have more, that you're just never at a green bar. If you have more than them and you're not at a green bar, just stall. Let them take it. Like, he is literally like one tick away from a special, but he's never gonna get to a special because I'm just never gonna let him get back off that suppression. So yeah, just be aggressive. Keep throwing those L1s as quickly and as fast as you can, and then just be aware that when that suppression is falling off right there, if I would have been parrying him, it could consume the parry, and so that was one mess up that I had as well when I was kind of trying to figure out what the heck was going on with this node. But yeah, I messed up twice and I figured it out, and you're gonna see, like, I just totally wrecked this whole path. Now there I messed up. I did get hit. Not the biggest deal. We get him locked back down. I didn't get auto blocked, and then we just kind of keep going. And then again, the Killmonger synergy, super helpful in a long fight like this. 1% every IP debuff is very good, very valuable. I think I'm going to end this with like 100% health, but I'm going to let this roll out, and we'll go to this, and I'll see you in the next fight. Alright, so we're just finishing him up. We had that one slip up where we got one special, not that big of a deal, but I pretty much almost 97%, almost ended with full health, so that's really good. Long fight, but very safe, very easy. So then we're going to go up against this Longshot, and I'm going to switch back to using Human Torch, because Human Torch kills, slays Mystics. And again, every part of their special is unblockable, so you need to make sure that you dex everything. And then I think I'm just gonna play as slow as possible until I get to almost a bar of power, and then I'm gonna make sure that I lock them down and then keep them locked down. So you got a dex and dex again, push them. I'm not pushing them to the L2. I'm just more comfortable dexing the L1. Just gotta see that more often. You won't get incinerated or anything like that. I think you might actually build up some smolders potentially. But I don't know, I just feel like the L1's easier to evade because you can see the projectile that's coming across the strain instead of the one that's dropping from above. So there, I got to a bar of power, I threw it, now he is locked down. So there is one special that he can still throw, so I just need to be aware of that. But then once that is done, you know, he's not gonna gain another bar of power ever, which is nice. So I don't have to deal with the unblockables, and then just parry meeting like medium and just melt this guy. And you're gonna notice that every once in a while I am gonna be at 20 temperature with 7 incinerates, which is gonna go into Nova Flame, which is fine. You won't be putting on debuffs that the Suppression power lock can consume, but that's okay. I mean, it doesn't last too long, and then you can get back to parry medium like medium, getting 3 incinerates per combo, and then building up a smolder every time. And this guy, I mean, just look, he's melting. So yeah, and you can kind of even stall too if you want a little bit to make sure that you're not at 20 and you don't get to Nova Flame. Not that Nova Flame is bad, it's just that if you happen to not have any incinerates up, that power lock's suppression is gonna fall off. So boom, he goes down super fast, super easy. We're gonna move on to the next one, which is Ghost. And then again, I'm gonna switch back to Void. I'm not using Torch here because I don't want her to get a whole boatload of Furies and she will consume them. And then there won't be anything to power lock her with that suppression getting refreshed. So Void is the best option here, I think, because she can't phase those off. Therefore, you can keep her locked the whole fight. So she's going to throw a couple specials ones at the beginning because the Vivified, that power gain, it is nasty. But once you get it locked down, it's not a problem. So here I'm trying to get that special one off. Boom. She's locked down now. She's got one special one that she's going to throw at some point. Just be ready for that. And then it's just race to a green bar, throw the special, get the debuff on there, and just go repeat. I'm doing full combos to try to get as much power as I can, as fast as I can, to get as many special ones as I can, get as many debuffs as I can, and I'm getting a 1% heal from the Killmonger synergy every single time. So, you know, that suppression, it will keep consuming them, so it's a little bit tricky to get to Fear of the Void, but you will get there. You just got to keep at it, be aggressive. And so like there I backed off. I'm like, I'm not going to get to a special one. I didn't want to give her more power, and I didn't want to like be right at special one and not be able to throw it and then give it to her. So you can also consider that when you're doing this fight. Again, you just want to make sure that you get to a green bar, throw it, let it get, and just make sure that the alternator doesn't hose you in any way, shape, or form. Now Ghost, her specials, again, they're nothing too difficult to get away from or evade. The next fight though, I'll let this play out and we'll get to that one because that one can be a little bit tricky. Alright, so we're finishing this up. Boom. I'm at 100% health. 121 hits. That one wasn't too bad. Next up is Tigra. Now, Tigra is just kind of a pain because her specials, especially her special 2, it just like goes across the whole dang map, right? So my plan here is to just not let her throw any or very few specials. So I'm just going to parry a lot. And build up some smolder, which is going to help me in the long run. And I think I'm just going to have her get pushed over to 1 bar of power, I believe. And so she's got 1 special that I have to deal with. And again, everything is unblockable, so you got to make sure that you get out of the way. So here I'm just kind of stalling, building a little bit of power, little by little, and then I get hit. I didn't get my parry. I'm in the back of this corner. I do throw the special. It's going to keep her locked down now. And now I just need to keep doing parry medium like mediums to get as many incinerates on as fast as I can. And then at some point, she will throw at that special, and then she won't see another one after that. So other than getting hit right there at the beginning, so here she throws the special, everything's unblockable, and then going back, put those incinerates on, let that suppression power lock keep getting refreshed, and then torch, she's just gonna melt. Even, you know, this is a rank 3 torch, so obviously it's gonna be a little bit faster, but like rank 2 6-star, rank 5 5-star, even a rank 4 5-star is more than capable of doing that fight. And they're super fast, being the Mystic Slayer that he is. And then what's this last one? This last one is a Phoenix. I believe I go in, do I go in with Torch again? Or do I go in with Void? I go in with Void. Now I end up killing her right at the very end, and I think I didn't have any like petrifies up or whatever, but she heals up like a ton because she had a bunch of her Phoenix charges built up, and it's just kind of unfortunate as far as the timing of when she died. So I had to bring her back down, but I'll kind of let this play out. Again, get to a green bar, throw your special as quickly as you can. Keep those debuffs coming so that the suppression can just keep on refreshing, and then she'll never see those power bars. So she's at 2 bars right now, you know. She's not going to get any more though, and at just some point she is going to throw that special. Get out of the way. It's fully unblockable. There you go. And now she's not going to see another special, I think, for the rest of the fight. And then this whole lane's cleared with those 2 guys. Got the synergies to help them. And then I have Star-Lord to take out Rhino. And I'm going to bring in Night Thrasher for the synergy to help to do that. And I'll let this play out and get to you at the end. Alright, so I was wrong. She only did have 1 Phoenix charge. I think it was another fight somewhere in Act 7 where she did heal up to like 70%. But she goes down nice and easy. And here we're going up to the boss, Rhino. So this one's got like the block bubble where every like 10 hits he goes unblockable. You just have to dash it back once to get rid of that unblockability. Your block proficiency is reduced for everyone. So Star-Lord is very good here. There's other, you can quake this fight. So one of my alliance mates says I didn't want to do that because I just don't prefer using quake and quaking. I know that she's good and I can do it okay, but so I'm going to bring in Night Thrasher. Night Thrasher with Star-Lord gives him a synergy where if you parry the well-timed blocks, they will add a disorient to the opponent. It's 50% chance. So basically the strategy is parry, and when I have a special, light the special off only when those disorients are up. Otherwise you have those charges. What is the node called? Let's see, Tantrum. So like you build up these charges, and if you throw a special with that without having disorient or concussion or whatever up, then you're gonna take big damage. And then there's Power Shield, so your specials can do big damage. So Star-Lord's good because you can just build up your combo get some big specials off. Now I'm going to do a lot of special 3s just because I got unlucky with the disorient getting applied when I would rather have thrown special 2s. But you just want to keep tight up on Rhino to where you can parry. You don't have to worry about his unblockable dash because, you know, Star-Lord is a smaller guy. I think he's a medium champ. And so Rhino has a greater chance to go unblockable on his dash attacks. But if you're close up to the wall, he can't go unblockable like that. And yeah, so I'll let this kind of play out. I do end up dying towards the end, and then I think I just go back in, I use Human Torch with Nova Flame to finish him off. And I never throw a special, and I just melt him with Nova Flame. So, but Star-Lord can solo this fight. I just messed up, and I think I mess up somewhere in the middle where I lose my combo, and then I'm just never able to recover, and then the block proficiency on that bubble block, whatever it's called, you start taking more significant damage on every parry. So like here, the next parry I'm gonna get, which means I'll be at 10, and so this next hit is unblockable. So just dash back once, and then you don't have to worry about the unblockable ever again until you get to 20, and then 30, and so forth. So yeah. So I got hit. I just totally messed up there. I didn't have many blocks left anyways. At 5%, I probably only had 1, maybe 2 parries left. And yeah, so I died. We're gonna go back in with Torch, and we're able to just burn him to the ground, I believe, and finish him off without any problem. Although it is a lot of health. But I think he was able to do it. I think I did, or maybe I ended up having to use Void and Torch. But the Nova Flames still do damage. I just can't throw a special, otherwise I'll die from those charges. Yeah, so we're just about done. I have tons of those parries. I have 27 charges, and I just totally missed that evade. And he's not at much health left, and so I do go in with Void, and I just finish him off. And I'm just letting the natural, intimidating present debuffs do the work. There's only 5% left, so a little dancing, and then just kind of just normal attack. Keep him tight, pinned up against the wall, finishes him off. So there are some champs that can still do some damage with just the dot debuffs, or in Void's case, his intimidating presence debuffs. Yeah, we were able to finish him off.